Hello everybody, hope you had a great Halloween. Today we're checking out our 10th episode of the Vintage Costume Jewelry Haul videos. We're focusing on some recent acquisitions, some items that I thought were pretty interesting and wanted to share with you all. So without further ado, let's jump right into the first item here. They're all pins and brooches. This one I thought was particularly interesting just because of the stones, the design on them. Touch them, they are cold to the touch, so probably made of glass. It's a pretty interesting piece. This swivels here, this probably needs to be tightened. Yep. So that's that. This one I thought was particularly nice just because of the size. It's got a really large rhinestone or glass stone there. All the stones are prong-set. Nothing was missing. Everything's in really good shape. You can see even on the little leaves. The stones are in there. That at first I thought that was maybe broken off, but it wasn't. The only blemish it does have is you see those two prongs right there? It's like a verdigris or some kind of oxidation, so we're going to try to brush that away. But in a lot of scenarios that does not go away, so that you will take a hit to the value of the item. But overall, just because it's unique in size, as you can see, this is basically almost the full length of my hand, and it's really nice. Look, you can actually see through them. That's pretty cool. But yeah, nice sunflower, daisy, flower, whatever it may be. But it's really pretty and quite large, so I thought that was interesting. This is really nice. Now it's missing. If you take a look, you see the settings there for where the stones used to be. All the stones are gone. So this is actually a fantastic opportunity for a crafter out there to create their own design, their color schematic on an African piece here. Now, I'm not saying this is actually from Africa. What I'm saying is that the figure here of the person, she definitely looks African. So this is a fur clip. There you go. Whenever you see the two ends like this, definitely fur clip. And they're sharp. I mean, you could really get stuck in with those. And the reason they are that way is because if you've ever had fur or faux fur, well, mainly fur, if you ever try piercing it, it's pretty rough to go through it. So you need something sharp to get through the fur and the leather of the animal that was used at the time. Okay, so that's really cool. The composition of the metal, I have no idea what it is. I haven't tested it. Could be silver, could be alpaca, could just be maybe like a nickel alloy. Okay, we have a gold textured or brushed, actually gold brushed flower here with a little pearl center stone. It's really nice. It's got the V or the Y shape, like some people like calling it, back on the pin, so it's definitely around mid-century, and that's nice. This stuff always blows me away. It's just really pretty. You look at it and it screams history, it screams Art Deco, and that's probably how old this piece is. It's a dress clip or scarf clip, sweater clip, and you can tell right away by looking. Whoop. It just disappeared on you there for a second. I just looked here, you can see the teeth. It's really nice. It's missing a whole bunch of stones. Again, you know, depending on the item's value, you know, we try not to spend a lot of time on it, replacing stones. You know, we just put it up and let the collector, whoever the end user is, or the person that ends up with it, make that decision when they purchase it from us. Items like this we probably accept offers on, but it is really pretty. The stones are, or seem to be, all original to the piece. Not a lot of color loss. There's like barely any metal wear to it. So it's really nice. Whoop. Okay, so just thought this was interesting. It's a figural of what looks to me like Buddha. Bald belly, kind of a big guy. So yeah, it looks like Buddha to me, and it's enameled. If you look closely, there's some enameling lost there. It's like the paint is off, and some of the stones as well. So again, any of the purists out there would probably want to know exactly what colors these stones were originally. But again, a blank canvas to a crafter who would put this together in whatever color schematic or color scheme they would want, and rhinestones or even little pearlettes, so seed pearls, and you know, get it out there and resold. Now this, a lot of you should recognize if you're actively involved with the Girl Scouts. It's a Girl Scout badge or pin. It's quite old, at least. Whoa, I keep disappearing on you guys, sorry. I'd say probably mid-century, just based on the clasp. We come across a lot of these. They're not really valuable, but I always thought they were pretty neat. And when you got the eagle on a piece, you know, you got to pay attention. Makes you proud. We have a hard time getting rid of them. This is a porcelain piece. It's a brooch. The pin was actually, it looks like it was glued on to the piece itself. So what happens a lot here is, if you look at the rim, I'm trying to hold it still, I'm sorry guys. If you look at the rim, it's gold in color. And when you see a lot of pieces being sold, you'll see like 24 karat plated or brushed or whatever that is. It's just a gimmick to make you think it's worth more than what it really is. This one seems to be a little older. I'm guessing, and this is just a guess, I'm probably, you know, 1970s perhaps. Maybe even late 60s. Could even be 1980s, but it's just really neat. I'm touching it. You know, there's a few ways to tell whether the artwork on it is hand painted or not, and I don't think you can tell by just me bringing it up close. But sometimes on the printed pieces you can see pixelation on the artwork. Here I kind of see it, and I haven't taken a really close look on it. So I'm not 100% sure yet if this is original or not, the artwork, if it was hand painted or not. But I'm guessing no. Could be wrong. But I'll take a closer look at that and find out. It's a nice little Damascene piece. Usually these are made in Toledo, Spain. Toledo, Spain. This one is likely that it was. The Spanish and the Japanese are pretty famous for Damascene work, and you know, there's a lot of pieces out there. There's plenty of it. I mean, you'll see knife handles, you know, jewelry, all kinds of different items out there. You know, the current items that, if you just even check eBay or any of those other websites, you'll find a ton of these pieces, and those are usually the two countries that they come from. This is really nice, another rhinestone piece. I haven't tested the stone, so it could be sometimes, guys, check your stones, okay? It's not always glass rhinestones. Sometimes it could be semi-precious stones, could be tourmaline, could be citrine, sometimes you find emeralds. It all depends on what it is. Now, depending on the stone, does it have a lot of value? Not necessarily. It doesn't mean that it's valuable even if it's a real stone, but it sure would make the piece more interesting. And desirable to collectors that do collect precious stone or semi-precious stone jewelry. This one I would date, no, so now it definitely needs cleaning. You can see the dust or like particles in there. It's kind of gross, but we'll get to that. You can see just based on the setting and the clasp there. See, it's not an enclosed clasp. It's fair to say that this is a very old piece. I would say antique. 100 years or older. So it's 2016 now, so at least 1916 or older. I'm guessing 1800s. So they're prong-set stones, and really nice. Just wanted to show this to you because a lot of folks describe this as an enamel type piece. So it is enamel, but it's there's a French word for it, and I'm going to try to pronounce it. I think it's guilloche. It's a type of enamel, or the way this is filled in. That's what it's called. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys that because I've had a few questions about it, and that's what it is. Nice little multicolor snowflake style rhinestone brooch or pin. I thought that was really cool. Get another circa mid-century piece, so 1950s, 60s. There you go. And I'm skipping the one in the middle on purpose because I want to show you guys something. So this is, you know, your pin. And I'm sure if you've been to a library or you grew up in school that actually had a media center or some type of library, and you see some librarians, teachers, even, yep, this one got stuck. Okay, yep, there it is. Okay. And the pen would be attached to this. So you would see the pin stuck to your chest, and then so that you would never lose the pen, you could extend to use it, write with it, and then it would retract and stay there. And it's usually like a shorter pen. It wasn't like a full-size pen, so I thought that was pretty cool. They come in all kinds of different sizes and shapes. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty neat. I love this piece. It's just the size of the stones and the colors just speak to me. I thought it was really cool. It's actually another fur clip, scarf clip, sweater clip. It is marked patent, and then it's got the patent number. So searching the patent number will actually give you an approximation on the date of the piece. Okay, and it is beautiful. Fruit salad is what some folks would call the color combination. So I dig it. So this piece is really cool because, and I know some of you are screaming at the screen right now, it's a Juliana or the Liza and Elster piece. It's got all the stones, so we're obviously happy about that. And these are difficult to identify, just because Juliana pieces have so many different ways of identifying them. One of the biggest telltale signs is the figure 8 puddling. You see right here, the open back settings on the stones, and you know, some other factors. Yeah, I heard a rumor out there just by doing some research that they like designing in threes, so meaning maybe using 3 types of stones, okay, or 3 colored stones, or 3 different shapes to the jewelry pieces. But as you can see, it's just really outstanding. Comparable to Eisenberg and Weiss pieces, early Weiss pieces, early Coro. These are highly sought after, they're highly collectible. They're really out there. They come in all kinds of different colors and sizes and designs. And the reason they're so desirable is because they weren't in business for too long. I think it was approximately 2 to 3 years. I might be wrong on that, but it, you know, not a long time, which is why they're desirable. And they did work for a few other companies. So whenever you see something extravagant like this or flamboyant, chances are it's the Liza and Elster. But if you're not sure, and if you're a seller, don't go out there just saying, hey, this is Juliana, just because it's all pretty and it's loaded with rhinestones. You know, you really have to do your research. You have to confirm it. There are groups out there and message boards that can help you identify the piece, and that's what I would do. So yeah, so that's it. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please, please, please subscribe. We're trying to pop these out more often than we have been recently. And, you know, you can always check out our stores on eBay and Etsy. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email us or just simply contact us. Private message us if you like any of these pieces that you see here and you'd be interested in purchasing them or have any questions about them. Okay, so Lou with Bergen Pickers, and I'll see you next time.